Now that I've completed my Jot Notes on the horned owl, I'm going to take that information and use it to create full statements that I'll write up in a text about horned owls. I want to derive my information from the Jot Notes because I know if I do that, then when I create my sentences, I'll be using my own words instead of stealing the words from another text or from somebody else. So I refer to my Jot Notes, and I remember that one of the first things I included was about the plumicorns, which are the tufts of hair that you find in the ear area, what would be considered the ear area of the owl. And I'm going to take that information and write it like a full sentence so that anyone reading this could understand what it is I'm trying to say. So I'll begin with the horned owl has tufts of hair found on the sides of the owl's head called plumicorns. Just going to reread that again to myself to make sure that it makes sense. The horned owl has tufts of hair found on the sides of, maybe I say its head, called plumicorns. Okay, that sounds good. I might go back and rework it a little bit, but that's good for now. And my second feature I want to include in my writing is something about yellow eyes, the fact that it has yellow eyes. And since that's a pretty small feature, I might say something about the fact that it has powerful talons, or like claws, talons. So let's see if I can include those two descriptors in my next sentence. Horned owls have yellow eyes and powerful talons. And in parentheses, in case someone isn't sure, claws. Fix up that little green line that I noticed there. So let's reread what I have so far, see if it makes sense. The horned owl has tufts of hair found on the sides of its head called plumicorns. Horned owls have yellow eyes and powerful talons. And let's refer back to my Jot Notes. Here, I see that it describes them as the kind of owls that we would see in a storybook. So let's add that in as well. They look like the kind of owls you might see a picture of in a storybook. And again, each time I add a new sentence, I want to reread and make sure that what I've written makes sense. The horned owl has tufts of hair found on the sides of its head called plumicorns. Horned owls have yellow eyes and powerful talons, claws. They look like the kind of owls you might see a picture of in a storybook. So I'd continue on that way, each time going back to my Jot Notes, rereading, making sure I understand what I've written, and then reworking it so it's a full statement that anybody reading my work could understand.